Let us pray together. O God of endings and new beginnings, thank you for this glorious day of celebration for these graduates. We're grateful for their families, friends, teachers, and a host of others who have helped them complete their degrees they received today from Birmingham-Southern College. Help us to remember with humility that many gifts that we have been given, and that with them come heavy obligations that our privilege demands of us. As we praise works that have been so impressively completed, help us to remember those whose very lives depend on the quality of our labor, the generosity of our spirits, and the preservation of our common world. As we praise faith that has seen us through 4 years of challenges, joys, and sometimes sorrows, help us to remember what drives us, the foundations of our very being, and our place here at BSC and abroad. Be with these graduates, these precious young men and women, our brothers and sisters, our family members and friends, as they move through these most promising and daunting days of transition. May their journey into the next calling of their lives be blessed with success and creativity and the security that only deep connections with other people and the earth itself can offer. Lead us forward ever, backwards never, and sideways sometimes. Amen. Please be seated.
I honestly can't listen to that choir without getting some tears in my eyes. I'm not even sure why that is. I just think they're magnificent, and thank you so much. Well, good morning and welcome to Birmingham-Southern College and the commencement ceremony for the class of 2012. It is a great day. I can't tell you how excited and pleased we are that you're with us. I had this great long talk that was going to encompass the first 3 chapters of the Iliad, but it is hot, and it's going to get hotter. And one of the first leadership lessons that I learned as a young lieutenant was that you never want to practice being miserable. And so I'm going to be very brief. First, let me thank the parents and the families of our graduates for entrusting us with your sons and daughters for 4 years. They are very special young men and women, and I could not be more proud of them. Second, let me thank our faculty and staff for the remarkable effort they have put into the education of these students. You've instilled within them, and yes, I'm going to use the word, an agility of mind that will enable them to meet the challenges of an ever-changing world. And finally, let me thank the class of 2012 for making this such a memorable freshman year for me. If I had to start on a journey, there's no one I would rather have at my side than you all. And may God bless you, and may God keep you in the palms of his hands and go forward ever. I would now like to introduce Dr. Wayne Killian, Chair of the Board of Trustees, who will bring greetings from our board.
Thank you, General Krulak. Good morning. My name is Wayne Killian, and it's a privilege for me to be with you today and bring greetings and congratulations from the Board of Trustees of the college. It's an honor for those of us who serve on the board to be associated with such an outstanding institution. The most sustaining legacy of Birmingham-Southern College is not buildings or individuals, but rather its commitment to its students and its outstanding tradition of providing an exceptional liberal arts education. You have been the beneficiary of this legacy. The liberal arts education that Birmingham-Southern has provided you has prepared you to acknowledge the greater good and to address the concerns of our society. On behalf of the entire Board of Trustees, I would like to congratulate each of you on your success. I challenge you to apply the skills and abilities you have acquired toward realizing our hopes for a better world. Again, congratulations.
For the past 7 years, the college has presented an Outstanding Educator Award to a faculty member who demonstrates by his or her actions what we all collectively understand to be the characteristics of an outstanding educator, including excellence in teaching, advising, scholarship, professional development, and mentoring students. Each individual honored by the college receives a small stipend and serves as speaker for commencement at the end of the following year, at the next academic year. This year's nominees and nominations from the faculty were extraordinary in their depth, their intelligence, and in their broad vision of what Birmingham-Southern is all about. The recipient of the award this year joined the Birmingham-Southern College faculty in 1999 and reflects the passion and the intelligence with which we view the project of education at Birmingham-Southern. She is at once demanding and supportive. She encourages her students to think outside of themselves, beyond the confines of the campus, and to embrace their role as citizens of the world. She has taken a lead role and assumed responsibility for organizing the Latin American Studies Symposium, sponsored by the Associated Colleges of the South, which recently celebrated its 20th anniversary on Birmingham-Southern campus. During her time at the college, she has led 10 international travel courses during January term and actively pursues her affiliation throughout Latin America to help our students seeking independent study abroad projects. In 2003, she and her department colleagues acquired a Department of Education grant that enabled her to teach a Spanish for Professors course that regularly kept her on campus well into the late evening hours to execute. And even after that grant expired, she continued to teach the faculty who wanted to participate in the study of Spanish. One colleague wrote, "I learned as much from her about teaching as I did about Spanish. And in my own classroom, I still draw on what I learned from her example." This person exemplifies what is meant by an outstanding educator, and it is with tremendous pleasure that I would like to announce this year's Outstanding Educator Award to Dr. Barbara Dumchekova. As is appropriate, perhaps, she's out of the country this morning. But I trust by now that an avalanche of emails, tweets, and text messages are now launching themselves across the Atlantic, and I hope you'll take an opportunity to clog up her email box. It's now my great pleasure to introduce Dr. Charlotte Ford, Associate Professor of Library Science, who was last year's recipient of the Outstanding Educator Award and joins us today as commencement speaker. Those of us who know Charlotte know that she has a towering ego. Thank you. A shameless self-promoter, Dr. Ford asked me to extend my remarks here for several minutes. But I'll be brief. The first time I met Dr. Charlotte Ford, she arrived in my office about a week after I started as provost with a one-page list carefully crafted on what I should know about the library. It has books. It has other stuff too. The list was carefully crafted, smart, and clearly designed with an ignorant provost in mind. She has a clear sense of her audience. Dr. Ford's philosophy in approaching the library is to make it the hub of learning for all of us on campus. She is, in short, a visionary. She is at once an old-school bibliophile and a new-school information technology innovator. She is a champion for students and has taught them in a media and film studies course and every day that she's in the library. Along with her colleagues in the library, she has also collected materials and data on faculty scholarship and achievements, and truly is a promoter of our work, not hers. I have a few more pages, but I'll skip them. Please join me in welcoming our speaker for this morning, Dr. Charlotte Ford.
Graduating seniors, today is your day. You've come a long way, and you've truly earned this day in the sun. It is such a privilege to share this moment with you. I'm glad this day is here for your sake and for mine. Every week for the past 52 weeks, General Krulak has enthusiastically asked me, "Are you done with the speech yet?" And every week, I have responded, almost. And today, that's actually true. Last year, when I learned that I had been selected to address the graduating class of 2012, I was at my son's college graduation in the redwood forests of California. When I saw him walking in with his fellow graduates, all I could think of was a picture that we had taken of him as a 5-year-old when he was getting ready for his first day of kindergarten, wearing his brand new school clothes and carrying a little red and blue backpack. And as I thought of all that had happened since that first day of kindergarten, all that we had been through together, and everything that he had accomplished on his own, my heart was so incredibly full. So students, if your family is acting a little weird and emotional today, if some of them just can't seem to stop crying and hugging you, please try to understand that they are just so very proud of you. And in some cases, perhaps a little bit relieved as well. You're standing on a threshold right now, in the midst of a huge and wonderful transition. It is in these moments of change that we can often see things most clearly. Certain aspects of our lives come into sharp focus. To make good use of this especially perceptive moment, I'd like to lead you through a few exercises. They do, after all, call these commencement exercises. Check your program. It's a little hot for Zumba, so let's limit ourselves to mental exercises for now. Here's your first exercise. Close your eyes, just for a moment, and focus on the present. Think about what it means to be alive at this very moment. Breathe deeply. Smell the spring, soon-to-be summer air. Feel the strange synthetic fibers of your graduation robes. Listen to the soft sound of the wind and the murmur of the crowd. Now open your eyes and look around at your friends sitting beside you, at your families, at the faculty who have guided you and annoyed you and loved you. Capture this moment, or better yet, as the poet Gwendolyn Brooks suggests, exhaust the little moment. Soon it dies, and be it gash or gold, it will not come again in this identical disguise. Ms. Brooks has it right. We can't really capture this moment. It will leave us, it will fade, and soon all we will have is a picture of you in your new school clothes, wearing a little red and blue backpack, or in your cap and gown, holding a college diploma and smiling broadly. But we can understand the significance of this moment and treasure it. We can live it to the fullest. We can exhaust it. Here's your second exercise. Think to the past. This current moment of joy and celebration may be fleeting, but if you've been paying attention over the last 4 years or so, and I assume you have, or you wouldn't be sitting here, you will already have given some thought to what was worth learning, what's worth knowing, and what will endure. Working as I do in a library, I find myself surrounded by the past. We've got all those books, preserving all those thoughts and ideas of yesteryear. It's even worse than a history professor's office, because it's got so much more storage room. If you've poked around the BSC library a bit, you will have seen that there are all kinds of other relics of the past besides books. Manuscripts, bound journals, reels of microfilm, old vinyl recordings, and of course, the vast pulsing archives of the internet are just a finger tap away for everyone now. All of this can seem rather overwhelming. And yet somehow, over the past 4 years, you've managed to successfully draw on this accumulated knowledge and build your own knowledge base without throwing up your hands in utter despair and screaming, "It's too much! I'll never learn it all! I give up!" How have you done this? It's partly due to the structures you've had in place, I think. And when I say structures, I don't just mean buildings. True, the Stevens Science Building or the Striplin Center or the CAF, or even the library, may have played important roles in your life over the past few years. But I'm really thinking about more abstract structures. Consider your major, that carefully laid out scaffolding of classes in business or biology or history that has supported you as you sought to build your knowledge. Maybe you recall the moment when it became clear to you that yes, this structure could work for you, that you really did want to major in English or Spanish or psychology. Think about all those courses you've taken, laid out in all those syllabi, all carefully constructed to help you make sense of some small area of knowledge. And think about the individual classes, some more structured than others. Perhaps you can remember a particularly good lecture or discussion or lab where you walked out thinking differently about the world, thinking, wow, I never realized that before. When I was a student, I rarely felt that aha moment after a class, but I often felt that way after doing a reading for a class or after writing something for a class. The readings, the papers, discussions, labs, rehearsals, and presentations, they're all a part of that framework designed to allow you to tap into a wealth of knowledge assembled before you came on the scene, and also to prepare you as creators to participate as active contributors of knowledge. And there are other structures in place as well, outside of the classroom. Student organizations such as the Film Club or Love Asia, student government, service learning, your fraternity or sorority. These structures have been there for you to lean on or climb on or add your own bricks to if you so desired. Think about which organizations you have chosen for shelter, which ones you have chosen to participate in and build up over the past 4 years, what they've meant to you and why. I'm guessing, as you thought about why different classes or organizations here have mattered to you, your thoughts quickly turned to some of the people behind the structures and the values and ideals they have brought to bear. It's the individuals who shape these structures and make them what they are. So before we leave the past, take a moment to remember your roommate or hallmate who made dorm life bearable that first semester at BSC, or your lab partner who helped you decipher the mysteries of Brassica rapa, the cashier in the CAF who smiled at you on even the grayest day, the campus police officer who helped you out when you most needed it, the retired general who kept popping up at athletic events and fine arts performances because he cared, and that professor you were a little bit scared of, but somehow ended up learning an awful lot from. In all likelihood, that intimidating professor learned something from you too. It's all of us working together in these social structures that we create and recreate, that we have assembled and disassembled and reassembled, that have made Birmingham-Southern College a place of learning for the past 4 years, and the 4 years before that, and the 148 years before that. This idea is nicely captured in a poem by Ann Wood, a student here at Birmingham-Southern. She read this at an Honors Day session 2 weeks ago. In the poem, the narrator is sitting on the steps of the Humanities Building on a Wednesday afternoon, imagining the buildings filled with dust-off books and the honored words of professors that linger in empty rooms. She writes, "The benches are empty, and so is the quad. But somehow, there is an energy, a gentle, pressing embrace that acts in loco parentis at places like this. Safety, perhaps, hides in these gates at 6:04 on gentle Wednesdays. It's moments like these that make this place more than bricks of higher education. Here's your third exercise. We've reveled in the present, we've acknowledged the past, and now let's look to the future. You've been through a lot during your time here as students. The past few years have certainly been the most intense and surprising period that I've lived through at the college. We've lived through it together. And now, as you graduate, the structures of college life will fall away. What will you carry forward with you? Hopefully, you will remember at least some of the content of the courses you've completed and some of the values you've encountered. Almost certainly, you will also remember many of the people who helped you in this process. For this third exercise, I challenge you to draw upon the best of what you've experienced here and to take with you the most inspiring values and the best intellectual and professional models offered by the people you have come to know. There are plenty of role models on this campus to inspire us among students, faculty, and staff. Some of the faculty who have touched so many of us with their intellect, their wide-ranging interests, and their generosity will be retiring from teaching after this year. Perhaps, like me, you will remember and continue to be inspired by Professor Nicholas, a man deeply committed to social justice, who in addition to his extensive knowledge of civil rights, Latin American history, and media history, has a passion for music and has traveled the world in search of good opera performances. Or how about Professor Rundquist, with her degrees in chemistry and anthropology and zoology, who in addition to guiding hundreds of students to careers in the health sciences, is a practicing archaeologist? Or what about Professor Chu, who sees connections between business and the liberal arts that others have trouble even imagining and explains them with ease to students and faculty alike? Or Professor Cox and Professor Norell, who have kept vibrant languages and cultures alive on our campus? These are just a few of the faculty who will continue to inspire us. There are many others, and will be many others, of course. And there are students who have moved us as well, not just intellectually, but also spiritually. One of the beautiful things about spending time at a small liberal arts school is that you are challenged to develop not only your mind, but also your heart and soul. Whose values have you admired? Whose actions will guide you in the future? Among the members of this graduating class, there are students whose work with local community groups, such as the Hispanic Interest Coalition of Alabama, have forged much-needed connections for our college in this tumultuous time of hard-hitting immigration legislation and growing income inequality. And there are students who have advocated with youth from all over the world, and also right here on campus, for justice and human rights, and for the need to respect and value diversity. And students who have successfully revived Habitat for Humanity at Birmingham-Southern. 2 houses have been built during your time here, and the keys handed over to grateful new homeowners. Again, these are just a few examples that occur to me. You will have others. Choose your own models of intellectual curiosity and academic excellence and selfless service. Whichever models you choose, hold them close and carry them with you into the future. As you move forward, remember this: your faculty has faith in you. We believe that you carry within yourself the power to do great things. We've provided the structures to help you learn, and we've been available to offer guidance and support as you've figured out where you want to go. But we know that the ability to make a positive difference in the world lies within each of you. We believe in your abilities, and we believe in you. It's easy to worry about the future, especially right now. Things seem to change so quickly. How can we be assured that what we've learned in our college years will withstand the test of time? I happen to be a big worrier. But when it comes to this, I have no worries. You're about to be a liberal arts graduate. This means you've learned how to ask questions, how to analyze, and how to take action. It means you've learned how to think across disciplinary boundaries and make unexpected connections. It doesn't mean you get to stop learning. None of us ever does. But it means you're well prepared to move forward in a chaotic, ever-changing, wonderful, terrible, exciting world. And now for your final exercise, the most important one, the one in which you walk across the stage to receive your diplomas, I will turn you over to Provost Mark Shantz. Congratulations to each of you. Your family, your friends, and your faculty are proud of you.
Let the exercise begin. Would the candidates for degree of Bachelor of Arts please stand at this time? Mr. President, on behalf of the faculty, it is my honor to present these candidates who have completed the requirements for the Bachelor of Arts.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Charter of Birmingham-Southern College and the state of Alabama, and upon recommendation of the faculty, I confer upon you the degree of Bachelor of Arts with all honors, rights, privileges, and responsibilities hereunto appertaining.
Jacob Vernon Adams. Mariana Biden. Trent Harbison Baker. Hillary Grace Baird. Jacob Alexander Bell. Anna Elizabeth Bianchi. Sarah Elizabeth Bowen, magna cum laude. Allison Frances Boyd, cum laude. Alexis Lovejoy Braswell. Jenica Lynn Broom, magna cum laude. Patricia Abigail Campbell. John Michael Chappell. Jennifer Lee Commander, magna cum laude. All right. Stefano Giovanni Deneri. Lindsay Lanier Daniel. Maxfield Wexler DeLapp. Faith Healy Dorn. Lindsay Ann Driscoll. Leslie Ann Dupre, cum laude. Catherine Claire Etka. Ernest Leon Floyd, Jr. Abigail Dawn Gillis. Anna Virginia Good. Brittany Nicole Green. Julia Allen Guyton, cum laude. William Norton Hackney. Courtney Moran Hadley, cum laude. Laura Sullivan Hale. Joseph Zachary Herman. Amber Faye Hernandez. Jamie Lee Hodge. Let's see some more. Emmeline Grace Hollis. Thomas Caton Jackson, cum laude. Emmy Kate Johnson, cum laude. Jason Kyle Jonas. Virginia Carolyn Jordan, cum laude. Holly Lynn Killian. Hunter Boone Kincaid. Elaine Fairley Kennard. Colin Michelle Curry, cum laude. Clementine Corbin Lacey, cum laude. Elizabeth Ann Leffler, cum laude. Frances Eleanor Lentz, cum laude. David Joseph Levinson. Walter Lane Llewellyn, cum laude. Andrew Tucker Little. Ashley Nicole Loving. Clara Durain Luthus. Mary Anna Rose MacArthur, magna cum laude. Haley Elizabeth Martin. Kirsten Elise Matthews, magna cum laude. Good. Sarah Kate McCune. Mary Warren Daniel, cum laude. Claire Elizabeth McLafferty. Brianna Janita McMath. Sarah Lindsay Metton. Nathan Lloyd Merritt. Robin Catherine Milkey. Lauren E. Miles. Monica Charisse Miller. John Alexander Morris. Kindred K. Smotes. Victoria Blanche Naden. Where are you here? John Russell Norris. Magna cum laude. William Clayton Palmer, magna cum laude. Sarah Beckett Pittman, magna cum laude. Janae Mattia Roberson. Emily Catherine Roebuck. Chloe Marguerite Rousel. Melissa Nicole Sewell. Christy Lee Schallenberger, magna cum laude. Catherine Candler Shannon. Kelsey Rianne Shipley, magna cum laude. Crystal Ann Charette, cum laude. Hey, how are you? Sumit Raj Singh, cum laude. Patrick Oliver Sipp. Damian Webster Slaughter. Let's hear some more of that. Nicole Michelle Smith. Megan Stacy Snyder, magna cum laude. Jennifer Mel Spire. Matthew Douglas St. John, magna cum laude. Robert Aubrey Sturdivant. Christopher Newton Sweat. Caitlin Blair Talley, cum laude. Brian Davis Teed, magna cum laude. Julian Sinclair T-Burt. Rihanna Thomas. John Paul Thomas, cum laude. John Isaac Thomason. Lee Hall Travis. William Curtis Tullock. Avery Savannah Harmon Tumlin. Elizabeth Cavan Urquhart. Jasha Elise Vaughn, cum laude. Jasa Elise Vaughn. That would be cum laude. Madeline Avers Walker, cum laude. Elizabeth Landy Drake Wallace, cum laude. Daniel Norman Ward, Jr. Thomas Gordon Webster, cum laude. Patrick Dearman Welch, magna cum laude. Samantha Key Waitley. Alicia K. Banks, cum laude. Will Banks. Roland Herbert Wyndham III. John Andrew Young, cum laude. Camille Jacqueline Canada. Caitlin Marie Adams, summa cum laude. What? Oh, no, I haven't. Let me pause for a moment and let Caitlin stay on the stage in a moment of excruciating embarrassment. The following degrees are being conferred summa cum laude, and I'd ask that all present please rise in honor of that extraordinary accomplishment. Ready? Caitlin Adams. She's already up there. Claire Elizabeth Burns, summa cum laude. Sarah Elizabeth Watts. Would the candidates... Oh, you may be seated, sorry. It was another part of your exercise. Would the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science please stand? Back up.
Whoa.
Mr. President, on behalf of the faculty, it is my honor to present these candidates who have completed the requirements for the Bachelor of Science degree.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Charter of Birmingham-Southern College in the state of Alabama, and upon recommendation of the faculty, I confer upon you the degree of Bachelor of Science with all the honors, rights, privileges, and responsibilities hereunto appertaining.
Vikram Jian Agarwal. Ashley Ann Alex. Linda Leocadia Amaya. Cynthia Therese Andrews. Nina Aurora. Andrew James Bailey, cum laude. Justin Duane Bailey. A.G. Baldwin III. Amelia Elizabeth Banks, magna cum laude. Matthew Allen Barnes, magna cum laude. Catherine Branson Bates, cum laude. William Hamilton Battle. Laith Omar Biazid, cum laude. Shelby Judith Beatty, cum laude. Ashley Ray Bice. Justin Mitchell Bishop, magna cum laude. Catherine Moore Blackstone. Mary Virginia Bame. Aisha Michelle Bonds. Samuel Hells Hashman Brott. Rebecca Lynn Broussard. Aaron Trammell Brown. Galen Andrew Brunson. Courtney Laura Campbell. Larry Wallace Campbell Jr., cum laude. Dante Ryan Carney. Antonio Slavko Castanon III. Benjamin McGinty Chilcutt, cum laude. Blakely Jordan Childress. John Christopher Clark. Robert Lawrence Clemens. Jody K. Cochran. Brandy Allen Cook. Georgia Elizabeth Cook. Jeremy Davis Craig. Caroline Merritt Crawford. Tony Charles Crocker. Ryan Joseph Croft. Darius Marquise Dalton. Brandon Lee Damson. Samantha Page Davidson, cum laude. Anna Rose Davis. Nathan Antoine DeRosa. Leonard Maurice Dubasson III. There you go. Jack Newton Dunn III. Robert Lake Aiken. Matilda Scott Easterbrook. Alan Matthew Eckler. James Mitchell Elmore. Mark Bradley Elsinger. Hey, how's it going? Michael Orizba Mfinger II. Claude H. Estes V. Tyler Blake Evans. Benjamin Arnold Evanson. Patrick Stewart Eubank. John Michael Falligant, cum laude. Amanda Erin Farrell, cum laude. Scott Morgan Ferguson. Veronica May Ferris. Rana Festock. Melissa Ann Federer, magna cum laude. Emily Claire Fredrickson. William Henry Freeman. Ingve Thor Georgsen. That's Alexis Zylena Gilmore. Michael Zachary Williams Glazer. Caitlin Rebecca Glover. Gotcha. Yokika Nicole Goff, cum laude. That's Yokika, by the way. Brian Benjamin Grissett. Oh, who's this? Kayla Marie Gronemeyer. David Alexander Hall. Emma Catherine Harper, magna cum laude. Hope Elizabeth Harris. Philip David Hedgepeth. Ryan Alexander Hodep. There you go. William Cade Hovatter. Ashley Elaine Hudson, magna cum laude. Bryce Andrew Hunt. Angela Grace Isom, magna cum laude. Brian Daniel Jackson, cum laude. Erin Elizabeth Jackson. William Palmer Jackson, cum laude. Mohammed Taha Jasser. Haley Drace Johnson, cum laude. Marlena Claire Johnston, cum laude. Artem Mikhail Zhukov, magna cum laude. Parmita Binte Karim. Matthew Joseph Kelly. Du Kim. Sarah Catherine King. Carly Munir Kitabshi. Michael Mader Klein. Erica Grace Lasky. Catherine Ann LaCroix, cum laude. Caleb David Lee. Mitchell Ryan Lee. David Wesley Litton. Mark Wyndham Lowry. Caitlin Yvonne McCary. Dustin Allen Massey. Danielle Marie Mayer, cum laude. Jessica Carolyn Main, cum laude. Elizabeth Ann McCoy. Sally DeWitt McEwen, cum laude. Brenna Kelly McGee. Jacob Andrew McPherson. Jennifer Lee Mellott. Lauren Ashley Metzger, cum laude. Robert Perry Mills. Judith Karen Montalvo. Laura Christina Moran. Gregory Ross Nesvik, cum laude. Haley Marie Knock. Eric Olaf Nordgren. Erica Lee Ogle, cum laude. Faris Hussein Rajab Pasha. Lori Lindsay Parker. Ronald Matthew Parker, Jr. Sarah Rose Parkinson, cum laude. Catherine Lauver Patton. Taylor Marie Phillips, cum laude. Michelle Reed Pilling. Michael. Alicia Costa Plotke. Michael Anthony Popwell, cum laude. Joshua Stephen Rabbit, cum laude. Thomas Land Ray. Nicholas Reitmeyer. Thomas Hardy Reynolds, cum laude. Hey. Julian Leonard Richardson, magna cum laude. Raul Rousen Richardson, cum laude. William Archibald Roberts. Patrick David Rowan. Joseph Anton Rishlock. Rishlock? Right? Yeah. You're right.
That's me.
There you go. Joseph Anton Rishlack. Good? Okay. Megan Michelle Sandlin, cum laude. Caitlin Rose Schmidt. Robert Grant Scoble. Hey. Anna Michelle Scott. Catherine Elizabeth Screven. Virginia Ann Seal. Hey, how are you? Kyle Thomas Sebastian. Amy Elizabeth Sessions, cum laude. Sarah Kristen Sharman. Richard Garner Shivers. James Edward Sims. Manjare Singh. Grant S. Sly. Eliana Elizabeth Smith. Elena. Tell me before. Brittany Sterling Soto. Sarah Eileen Spruill. Ashton Brooke Spurgeon. Timothy Barron Steele. Haley Elizabeth Steinbuckle. Catherine Lee Stewart. Michael Aaron Stonewall. Caleb Patrick Story. Haley Elizabeth Strassner. Lucas David Strickland. Corbin Brian Suggs. Mitchell Jean Swanson. Got it. Thank you. Alexis Sweda. John Paul Tutorich, cum laude. John Wilson Truelove. Rachel Nicole Tucker, magna cum laude. Hunter Darren Vitello. Swaroop Pradeep Vita, magna cum laude. Hanlon Pritchard Walsh, cum laude. Stephen George Weaver. Janelle Therese West, magna cum laude. Joseph Sebastian White. Hey, good to see you. Kendrick O'Brien Wilson. Hannah Elise Wyrie. Shin Shu, magna cum laude. I got this. Siamak Mohammed Zaki Rizmanshi Yazdi, cum laude. Okay. Kimberly Marie Zachow. Chen Brian Joe. Ashley Nicole Loving. Claire Elizabeth McClafferty. John Russell Norris, magna cum laude. The following degrees are being conferred summa cum laude, and I would ask that all assembled please rise in honor of this extraordinary academic accomplishment. good. Courtney Lynn Alexander. Daniel John Bergen. Stephen Clay Carter. Winston Murphy Crute. Tian Ren Zhen. Yuan Gong. Hannah Marie Howell. Richard Lee Perlman. Amanda Joan Wright. And Matthew Thurston Zeman. Okay, gotcha. Oh, thank you. Would the candidates for the degrees of Bachelor of Fine Arts, Bachelor of Music, and Bachelor of Music Education please stand at this time? Mr. President, on behalf of the faculty, it is my honor to present these candidates who have completed all the requirements for the degree of Bachelor of Fine Arts, Bachelor of Music, or Bachelor of Music Education.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Charter of Birmingham-Southern College in the state of Alabama, and upon recommendation of the faculty, I confer upon you the degree of Bachelor of Fine Arts, Bachelor of Music, or Bachelor of Music Education, with all the honors, rights, privileges, and responsibilities hereunto appertaining.
Amanda Michelle Holbrooks, magna cum laude. Kelly Elizabeth Lanston. Alessandra Norman. Ann Jackson Peebles. Morgan Renee Rusby, cum laude. Laura Rachel Stein. Angel Tsui Vong, cum laude. Howard Alexander Wilson. Nathaniel Rice Yance. Tabitha Brooke Mays, cum laude. Hannah Elizabeth Murphy. Congratulations to the entire class of 2012. There's another exercise. You may now move your tassel from the right to the left side of your mortarboard. You all passed, I think. I would now like to introduce Terry Smiley, the incoming Alumni Board President, who brings greetings from the Birmingham-Southern College Alumni Association.
Good afternoon. It is indeed a pleasure and privilege to bring greetings on behalf of the Birmingham-Southern College Alumni Association. After the wonderful capping ceremony on yesterday, I decided to change up my script a little bit to make sure that I recognize the family, friends, mentors, and other loved ones that supported the graduates in their journey. Right before the capping ceremony, I attended another major once-in-a-lifetime event, the kindergarten graduation for my son. Yes, kindergarten. And as they called out the various awards and acknowledgments, it was the first time that I sat in the position of a father watching and anticipating whether his son would be recognized and rewarded for his hard work. I wondered, have I done enough? Am I providing sufficient exposure to proper cultural and educational experiences for my children? I thought, I got to get this right. My son had a great day, and I understand we are just beginning. So, to all the family members, supporters that are here, what a great day. And yes, you got it right. For all of your encouragement, commitment, time invested, we say thank you for helping this group reach an important milestone. So again, congratulations, and please know all of you are a part of the Birmingham-Southern family. Graduates, please know that I thought about bringing a couple of books to read to you like Dr. Jacobs did yesterday. But then I remembered, I said, well, I'm toward the end of the program, so I left them at home. Seriously, I want you to know that I'm proud of you, and again, I welcome you to this elite club, the Birmingham-Southern Alumni Association. As Dr. Ford mentioned before, I want you to think about your time here at Birmingham-Southern and how you've grown as a person, the relationships you've made with your fellow students, faculty, and administrative staff. Think about the late night studying in the library, in Olin, in your dorm rooms. Think about the times you spent hanging out on the quad, at the fountain, in the CAF, in the fraternity and sorority houses, and at athletic and cultural events. Think about the challenges you met and overcame. Graduates, know that your experiences here are a part of you, and you're prepared to take on the challenges ahead. You are ready. And remember, as you depart BSC, that you are an extension of BSC. Wherever life takes you, from this point forward, you are now and forever a part of the Birmingham-Southern family. I encourage you to stay connected with this outstanding institution. As I mentioned yesterday, we are the proud caretakers of the legacy. Our role is to ensure that all of the experiences that I asked you to reflect on earlier are even better for the future students that walk these treasured grounds. You will find that active involvement in the Alumni Association reaps rewards beyond measure. I look forward to working with all of you this year and the years ahead as we secure the legacy of BSC. Proud caretakers, we will meet the challenge. May God bless you, and may God bless our BSC. Thank you.
Thank you, Terry. Would everyone please rise and join in the singing of our alma mater?
On the city's western border, reared against the sky, cherished by us all forever, Alma Mater strong. Hold our faithful hearts and minds as we sing this song. Forward ever be our watchword, conquer and prevail. Hail to thee, our Alma Mater, BSC, all hail.
You are almost there. It's almost over. And yet, in that sweetness and celebration, there's also the sadness of transition that comes. I invite you to just take a moment and take a breath, to breathe it in, to experience the moment in the community around you, the family and the friends, the faculty, the trustees, the staff, all those who have been a part of your journey this far, and carry great pride that envelops you this day. As you prepare for this time of transition, as you prepare to go forth, I invite you to receive this benediction which has been said for centuries to those who are about to embark on a new journey. Receive this benediction. Now go forth into the world in peace. Be of good courage. Hold fast that which is good. Render to no one evil for evil. Strengthen the faint-hearted, support the weak, help the afflicted, and honor all persons. Love and serve the Lord, and may the blessings of God Almighty be with you now and forevermore. Amen.
Countenance upon